Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The Panthers in a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. And they were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest. One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They'll roll him out right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Play fake. Mayfield on the move to his left. Looking for the end zone. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Luke. And I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? So give 2 points to the defense. They were in hot pursuit there, and in the end, they force him out of bounds.
You just wondered how he was going to get out of this one, Brandon. We saw him painting himself into a corner, and finally has nowhere to go but out the side of the end zone.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They start the drive with Cook. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Vikings send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield on play action. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Following the sack, Mayfield and the Panthers staring at a 3rd and long here.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes. For 8. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time. It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. They'll drop to throw. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 3. They go play action. Mayfield. He'll buy some time right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Trimble, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Cook. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's going to have the 1st down, and more than that, down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 76 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be returned from deep in. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
I'm starting to get the sense throughout the league that more of the special teams coordinators give their guys the green light to bring the ball out because everyone wants big plays to happen. I don't know if that philosophy will hold after that error there, turn it over that deep in their own territory.
Do guys go rogue there a lot based on feeling?
I think a lot of them just sense that they can make a play and make a huge one to help their team. And they have to have that athletic arrogance about themselves. And every now and then, though, it'll cost them. And that's what we just saw there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. On play action, they'll throw. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook from 10 yards out as they have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone and tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Rolling to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A nice little juke. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Cook again. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. The slot man in motion right. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline.
He's got a man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Not sure if he was looking for a cutback lane or whether he was trying to get to the corner, but he didn't find either. And they ended up forcing him out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to look deep for more. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 48 yards. And the Panthers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Left side, Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Mayfield. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Following the sack, Mayfield and the Panthers staring at a 3rd and long here.
He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to try and go deep again.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what...
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, 1 play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's got room. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
A third quarter now, to 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Third down, here's a run by Cook.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Yetur Gross-Matos getting in there to make the play.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted.
Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Panthers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake.
Andrew Booth making the tackle. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
111 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to look deep for more. And got his man complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
A big play there for Carolina. 48 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Panthers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Now, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
And he will get into the end zone. It's 2 points and also a 2-score advantage as the lead swells to 9. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is Cook with a grab.
He's got room at the 30. Now he's loose again. Trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass. They've got to get in sync.
Cook will score. Touchdown, Vikings. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
They'll look to throw. It's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down, now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach up and...
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. McCaffrey running up the middle.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 141 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mayfield. He finds his man, complete. That's Flynn. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
To throw, Mayfield. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Panthers. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And with that, the lead is up to 8. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. In just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On 2nd down, Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Looking to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 41-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Back to throw. Steps away. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 19. They'll try the middle with Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And this one is incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Panthers, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the losses are piling up as they drop